guys, welcome to episode 12 of the Chelsea series here on FIFA 20. I've taken into account all of your transfer feedback over the past 3 or 4 episodes and added a handful of names to the potential transfer list, as well as to the potential incoming shortlist. As you can see, I've got some player conversations going on. Some players are either happy or unhappy that they've been added to the transfer list. We'll deal with that momentarily. On the transfer list now are Willy Caballero, although his contract runs out in 3 months, so I'm unlikely to get an offer for him, but regardless, he's going anyway, so I thought I'd show you him. Pedro, Zuma, Willian, Alonso, Van Ginkel, Danny Drinkwater. He's already agreed to be leaving. And then I've still got Cumming and Lucas Piazza on loan listed. It's a shame to see Zuma go, and it's going to be a shame to see Marco Van Ginkel go as well, but quite frankly, I have too many players in those positions, especially too many players around about those ratings in those positions, and we're going to prioritise elsewhere. There's been a call to continue to play Rudiger at centre-back because he's our highest rated player, and in real life, arguably Chelsea's best centre-back, so we will continue to do that. I am going to still continue to play Tomori at centre-back, though, alongside him rather than Christensen. At the minute, unsure. Mason Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek both keep playing fantastically well, so I'm just going to continue to rotate there. General consensus is to sign a new sell Alonso, keep Emerson, and sign a new first-team left-back. That's what I'm going to do. General consensus is maybe sign a new right-back as well, as P's not really usable anymore as his ratings continue to drop, and Reece James isn't quite at the level we want him to be at. And of the youngsters we have, you feel he should be one of the ones to drop out the starting lineup. Similarly, you're not impressed with Hudson-Odoi's first team performances so far, so that's why Willian's been starting, and obviously you want Willian to leave. That will happen next season now, obviously, and we'll replace either with a first team winger on the left or another youngster that can challenge Hudson-Odoi for that first team spot. On the right hand side, might be signing a marquee signing. Up top, we've sold Giroud, and you guys are leaning towards selling Michi as well to bring in another. Rephrase, we've agreed the sale of Giroud, and you'd like me to sell Michi as well to bring in another striker to challenge Tammy Abraham for that first team spot, as Batshuayi isn't quite raising the bar enough to give Tammy a real test to keep hold of that position. And at goalkeeper, at present we have Jamal Blackman as my young, he's 26, as my backup, because Willy Caballero is not really going to be usable. At present, I'm going to keep Jamal, but I might be open to selling Jamal and Cumming and bringing in either a youth academy player to be a goalkeeper or signing another young goalkeeper as well. So we'll wait and see what sales we can get done before the end of the window. Obviously, that money will be coming in at the beginning of next season. Zuma is surprised but glad to have seen the steps that we've taken. Sorry, I'm surprised but a bit glad that you've taken steps without me having to ask. He's obviously wanting to leave. Van Ginkel is thinking the same, so I'm glad we're aligned. Marcos Alonso is surprised, but I can't guarantee him the playtime. He's not good enough, basically, is what I'm saying. And Willy Caballero is happy to be leaving as well. Monthly scouting update on I was going to say Saudi Arabian players. On the Côte d'Ivoire players, Ivory Coast, and so far no one standing out. I'll show you who I've got on my shortlist at present. I'm not going to sign everybody that I want to sign this window or this season, because obviously we want something to do in the summer window next year as well. The overwhelming consensus for left back was Ben Chilwell, so I'm certainly going to try and bring him in. He's probably going to be the guy that I go for in this period now, because we know we definitely want to improve or buy a new left back for the first team, and Chilwell, I think, is going to be that guy. Jadon Sancho might well be our marquee winger to go into the starting lineup. Perhaps I could play him on the left or play him on the right and move Pulisic to the left, and Hudson-Odoi would remain the rotation option. He's a Chelsea fan in real life. Jadon Sancho, it makes sense if we're going to sign a marquee winger that he should be the guy that we go for. So I'm probably going to try and get that done this period as well, and they'll be my 2 signings. I do have some options, as you can see, for right back central midfield and striker and centre-back. Koulibaly was linked heavily in real life, so Koulibaly I think will probably be the centre-back we go for. Atal has been recommended for the right-hand side of the defence, so I'll look towards him, although he's currently out on loan. So I can't sign him yet. James Maddison is obviously superb in real life, and he's been recommended for a central role, but I'm not sure what to do centrally yet. And then Andrea Bellotti has been recommended for that rotation striker role, but again, at present, not sure what we're going to do there. We'll take more action on that next season. But certainly want to sign Ben Chilwell and certainly want to sign Jadon Sancho, and because they're two players that I know I want, I'm going to try and get that done before the end of the season. Just waiting for a scout report on Ben Chilwell so we know exactly what sort of value to pay for him, etc. Today we'll play West Ham away and both quarterfinals of the Champions League against Roma, and we'll see A, if we get through, B, where the next rounds of the Champions League will be, and then it will be either 2 or 3 episodes till the end of the season. If we get through, then we'll obviously have to split the end of the season yet further. If not, then tomorrow will be Palace, Sheffield United and Watford, and then the episode after that will be Norwich, Liverpool and Wolves. We're currently challenging for the Premier League title, which is a surprise to us, but career mode is the way career mode is right now, so we perform as we can and we end up where we end up. Currently third, Manchester United have a game in hand on Liverpool, although are 4 points behind. Arsenal have managed to recover to 8th, Manchester City have managed to recover to 12th, and we'll see how the remainder of the season plays out. But we're going to start today on the field with a game against West Ham United. West Ham's starting 11 has Lucas Fabianski in between the sticks, Fredericks, Diop, Balbuena and Cresswell as a back 4. Then Declan Rice sat holding in front of those 4 with Melendo, Lanzini, Pablo Fornals and Felipe Anderson as the 4 sat behind Sebastian Haller up top. They're a decent team, West Ham. They have a really solid starting 11, although they're near the relegation zone in this save. I don't know what to expect from this fixture, but I would like, as ever, as with every game for the rest of the season, a victory if we can get it. Brilliant ball out here to Melendo. Brought down well. Oh, cheeky little back heel, but N'Golo will get to that first. And can we catch them on the counter-attack here? Ruben Loftus-Cheek waiting for Willian to make me a run, and we'll dink it to ensure it reaches him, and it does. Ball inside there to Tammy Abraham. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's arriving, although he's found a brilliant ball to Christian Pulisic, who will bury... No, he won't bury it. Won't even get it on target. Come on, Christian. I know you were offside, but you weren't to know that at the time, and it was actually quite obvious. I thought it was marginal. No, definitely the wrong side of the line. Sebastian Haller played in down the line, and there's the option inside there for Melendo. Pulls it back. Kante with a great block. Kepa perhaps could have caught that, but just elected for the punch just to make sure. Melendo trying to recover, and we get the foot in. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek is there. Oh, it's going to be a battle with Lanzini, and Lanzini wins it. Fredericks into Sebastian Haller. That's popped up. Speculative is right, Derek Ray. Speculative indeed. Nowhere near the target. Sebastian Haller. Led to Lanzini. Lovely ball over the top to Melendo in behind. Dangerous this. Oh, Tomori just able to get the ball away. Corner for West Ham. Felipe Anderson to deliver. They've got some tall physical players in this starting 11 West Ham. They are going to be dangerous from set pieces, and that's going to fall very fortuitously into the awaiting arms of Kepa Arrizabalaga. That was not comfortable defending at all, but we've gotten away with it. Pulisic will look for Tammy here. And I'll use Reece James. And then look around the corner for Pulisic. We could be in for an opportunity here, but Diop has defended that really, really well. Both defensive setups playing really nicely in this game so far and not moving an inch for the other side. Willian will look for Marcos Alonso. Get to that Nushi physicality. Oh, that was committed to playing across there. Because I didn't get to it, went for a slide tackle instead and we'll get booked. And there's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. This West Ham side have stood firm so far. Fine Pulisic though, and there's Tammy. Ruben's here. Willian is on his way around the outside. Now can we find a teammate in the middle? We'll whip it in. It's not the best of deliveries. It's going to fall for Pulisic though, and Fabianski makes the save. He lost track of where the ball was there, the American. But in the end, available as the ball dropped free with no defenders around him to get the shot away. Unfortunately, the Polish goalkeeper has made a good stop. and we'll stay goalless for now. I'm going to try and nod that back to the keeper. That's not gone well at all. And we'll have the corner at the other end. Please don't score from this. Felipe Anderson whips it in. How? Oh, no! It's fine. Oh, defensive clearance there at the near post. Not very good at all. Why Kante's just stood in front of the keeper there, I'm not sure, but we've gotten it away. Oh, dearie me, worrying times. Alonso threw that gap nicely to Willian. Started the second half on the front foot here, and we're going to look to continue that. Oh, but Tammy Abraham can't get past the man that's in front of him, and that's really well worked in the midfield. Quick passing, good movement, but poor passing from them, as mine was earlier on. Off to Cheek. Let's roll that to Kovacic. RLC again. Kovacic is there again. Willian. Tammy's there. You can see the midfield of West Ham, they just stood in a row defensively, locking down in front of the midfield four. So I'm going to try some riskier passes that thus far aren't paying off that well. Lanzini over the top out to Ryan Fredericks. Brings that down really nicely. Just needs some support in the box. And it's arriving. He's taking his time here. Let's be careful with Alonso on that yellow card, but we are going to work it away. Oh, poor from Willian though. Get another opportunity. No, Declan Rice to Fredericks. He does get the ball in this time, and Tomori flicks that away well. Reece James's clearance though is not that good. And that's going to fall here to... Oh, West Ham, man. The clearances just don't go far enough. That's an issue for me right now. I'm pressing B to clear the ball, and they don't go far enough away. Willian on the counter-attack. Fredericks is going to stay with me. We've turned the challenge well. And here's Kovacic in support. I see Kante making that forward run. Ruben Loftus-Cheek in front of me as well. And we'll look to slot through with the Frenchman. And, oh, outside the post from N'Golo. Time for a change for sure, but definitely should have made that 1-0 there. That's really, really frustrating. Take Kovacic off too, and we'll bring Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side for Willian. 3 changes in the midfield. Let's see if that can give us more chances in this second half and eventually a goal. Nails into Felipe Anderson. Forward nicely. Rice in control. Into the central where Fornals is waiting for it. Is Ala. Lanzini out wide here to Felipe Anderson. He's got room to run into, and that's nicely around the corner there to Fornals. Cross can come in. It has done. Oh, and it's poor from Declan Rice, but also poor from Kepa. There was barely any power on that whatsoever. It's Declan Rice's last action of the game as he goes off, and Chicharito comes on in his place. That's an attacking change. Yarmolenko on as well for them to take this corner. Alonso, again, the clearances don't go far enough. Good block from Tammy Abraham. Balbuena finds Felipe Anderson again. Lovely turn. And then back heel quickly. Is he onside here, Felipe Anderson? He was. Cresswell could deliver it. There's not much time left in the game now. If a goal goes in, it will be the winning one. Lovely little drag back. Pablo Fornals and Felipe Anderson cause me all sorts of problems here. Get that away, Alonso. Away for a corner for West Ham. The pressure continues here. That's Sebastian Alla's last action. They've made an attacking change again. Fresh legs up top. It's Ayeti that's come on. Actually, he's a defender, isn't he, Ayeti? Then maybe done the changes the other way around and brought on the attacker for the midfield player. And then, oh please, Tammy, play the ball. Callum Hudson-Odoi with a chance to win it for Chelsea here. Hudson-Odoi doesn't. Fabianski with a good save. Tammy could keep that in. Cresswell hooks that away nicely. Kante's going to have to wait for that to drop and hope that his header's powerful enough. Will reach Alonso. Here's Hudson-Odoi. Tammy. Oh, can't squeeze it through to Mason Mount, and we are going to have to settle for a point here at the Olympic Stadium. Unless the referee gives me chance to, create one more, which I thought for a moment he was going to. No, a 0-0 draw against West Ham. And we could have won it late on there through Callum Hudson-Odoi, but he couldn't find the finish. With the game against Roma coming up, we're certainly going to have to be better offensively and just hopefully as solid defensively to ensure we stand ourselves a good chance of getting through in Europe. Time for some questions here though. Willian is continuing his hot run of form. How satisfied are you with his performances today? Not overly, to be fair. Didn't give him the opportunity to say he was kind of average. How would you analyse your opponent's performance? They did manage to draw against you. That is an achievement given the position of the two teams in the league table. They did play well. We didn't necessarily have a bad performance. but we certainly will play better than we did there. Well, it happens. Lapses in performance happen. The lads will play better in future matches, I am certain. The match against your rival ended in a draw. How did you find this match? We need to work harder, especially on the offensive side. They create twice as many chances as me. We need to work harder to ensure that we are creative enough to give ourselves the best possible chance of winning football matches. Rudiger is happy to be back in the starting lineup, as I'm sure you guys are as well. Happy to see him there. Now, we should have actually our scout report on Ben Chilwell coming in soon. A transfer offer for Pedro, though, £11.2 million from Borussia Dortmund. They're interested in Pedro. I'm interested in Jadon Sancho. Seems like it might be a match made in heaven. Match made in haven. But I'm more likely to get better value across both deals if I negotiate cash for Pedro and just buy Jadon Sancho outright. They won't give me much more than 11.2 though. I know he's only valued. Sorry, I know he's only 32 years of age and only valued at 12. They don't even want to reach his value, and maybe I could try and use Pedro and deal for Jadon Sancho. They'll pay 12.5. Okay, we'll get that deal over the line, and then we'll have a look at Jadon Sancho and Ben Chilwell. Like I say, still waiting for a scout report on the left back, and this is actually a scout report on James Maddison as well as Ben Chilwell. So Maddison is 80 rated, not as high as I hoped he might be. Good acceleration and sprint speed and agility for the area on the pitch that he'll be playing. Not that strong though. Good free kick accuracy, ball control, crossing, short passes 85. He's alright, but I wouldn't say it's a massive upgrade on Loftus-Cheek, or even an upgrade at all on Loftus-Cheek or Barkley. I'm unsure. Maybe someone like Marco Asensio could be a player we could go for that role for the first team. I've sent you a final scout report on Ben Chilwell. He's 80 rated. 80 acceleration, 81 sprint speed, faster than anyone else we've got. Probably about on par with Emerson, actually, thinking about it. And decent in the tackle. Ben Chilwell is certainly a player I would like. We'll have a quick look in the other menu to see what the chief executive reckons we should be paying-ish. Let's have a look. We might have to offer between 19 and 25.4. That's certainly a great value for a quality left-back that should grow quite well in this save, especially with the dynamic potential. So we'll offer 16 to start, and then see where they'll go from there. Because sometimes it's a risk. You can offer low and they'll just walk away, or you can offer low and it means they're not quite as astronomical with their counter offer. 21 million is certainly acceptable anyway for Ben Chilwell, but if we can get him for slightly less, then all the better. Will you give me him for 18? I'm happy to pay 20, but they're not going to give me that. Okay, I will just offer a flat 20 then, and they should accept this. If they don't, then I'll just accept any other counter. Oh, fine, 21.8. They certainly want him, or they want £21.8 million for him. They can have £21.8 million for him. £68,000 a week is what he's on. We'll probably want a wage rise coming to a club like Chelsea. Certainly will be an important first-team player. And a 4-year deal is fine by me. What does he want release clause-wise? Good. Oh, and he's willing to take a wage cut. Wonderful. I'll take the bonus out, and it was an extra £1,000 a week. Ben Chilwell, welcome to Chelsea Football Club. He will join us next season. That is a done deal. New player at the club. Thank you very much indeed. Roma's starting 11 has an unexpected name in it. Paul Lopez in goal for them, but at right back is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Didn't see that coming. Edin Dzeko leading the line as ever. Cengiz Ünder on the right, Spinazzola on the left, and young Zaniolo at cam. Mirroring my formation, we'll see which side comes out on top. Keeping a clean sheet in the home leg is certainly a priority. Use Alonso. Willian again making good moves. We'll stand up to the back post. Brian Cristante gets set to clear it away. Marcos Alonso will drill this, looking for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Good touch. Runs straight into Brian Cristante again. Both sides, as was the case in the West Ham game, very solid defensively to this point in the game. Nice build up from Roma though, and Cengiz Ünder's gotten away from me, and Kepa draws the save. Ooh, I don't know about magical save. Derek Ray, that was pretty much straight at him. Spinazzola will deliver the ball, and it's a good one. Loftus-Cheek can't get rid of it properly. It'll drop to Spinazzola again. Getting away from Kovacic, that's a dangerous ball. Just catch it, Kepa, please. Please, just catch a football. Oh, we've gotten rid of it at least. Tammy Abraham. Oh, space for Willian, who's in behind. Willian, oh my lord, your left foot is woeful. What was... Yes, dear me indeed, Derek Ray. What was that? Jeeps. Teammates all around me. Oh, ooh. Wasn't sure where that was going from Fazio to start off with. Willian with the delivery. Can he cross better than he can finish? Yes, he can. Tammy! Chelsea 1, Roma 0. Let's go! We're in front in the Champions League. Not scoring many corners this year. Zuma's gotten one for us to this point, I think. But Tammy hits that down into the ground. The man on the post should certainly do better. He can clear that. Trent is looking at that ball and doesn't move an inch. Cheers then. Lovely ball. Get to that Reece. He's gotten up well and nodded that down to Rudiger. And we'll just ping this around. See if we can maybe get a quick fire second. And perhaps we will. Reece James in behind, accelerating away. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in a little pocket of space there on the edge of the box, and we'll find him. Ruben blocked at source. Nicely done, win that. He's done well. Oh, half-time. We'll take a 1-0 lead, though, at the break. I don't mind if there are no more goals in the remainder of the entire game and a half that's left. Oh, let's give it straight to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's terrible. Absolutely woeful from the Roma man. Kovacic will find Tammy, who's turned nicely and uses his strength. Loftus-Cheek to Willian, uses right this time. Paul Lopez saves with his feet. I took that extra half second to readjust Willian's body to get him onto his right foot. That might have cost me the opportunity of squeezing it under the keeper. Alternatively, he might well have just fluffed it as much as he did on his left foot earlier on in the game. So I don't know whether that's a chance lost or whether I just did as best as I could to try and work the best opportunity, and the keeper made a good save and closed me down well. And in Dzeko, don't let him shoot from there. Alonso cuts that out, and it's quickly worked as well by the Chelsea backline. And Kovacic will play this long for Tammy to run onto, and it's Fazio that's with me. He's not going to be able to deal with the pace. He almost stopped running. Tammy, oh no, yes, no! Oh, I didn't know whether that was going in or not. Ruben battling with the defender there. Oh, and the defender nodded it onto Loftus-Cheek, which means it's gone wide. Baba Diawara has come on for Zaniolo. Don't know whether that's meant a change in formation for Roma or whether he's just going to go on in that cam roll. He is. Thought they might have moved Brian Cristante a little bit further forward. Contemplating a change of my own, but for the time being, we'll stick with the 11 we've got. Nice tackle by Loftus-Cheek. Tammy, make me a run. Tammy, make me a run. Oh, Pulisic in behind, driving hard. Pull it back. Ruben, this time! Chelsea 2, Roma 0. Yes. Trent Alexander-Arnold driving down the right-hand side, cuts in. Cengiz Ünder will try to thread the eye of the needle, and that didn't work. Would have been a lovely pass if it had been pulled off. Kante trying to do something similar on the counter-attack. That failed just as miserably as Ünder's earlier pass. Dzeko, oh, he's turned well. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's brilliant football from Roma. Deserved a goal, but won't get it. He was offside as well. Dzeko from the return ball. That was really slickly done. Michi's come on for Tammy here. Basically, playing for his place at the club right now, Michi Batshuayi. We do love him, but we could probably do better than him in this save. That's the issue at the minute that Michi's having here. Pulisic's just going to accelerate away here. Michi not exactly busting a gut to get into any space, but the defender is busting a gut to win it back off me. 15 to go. Still 2-0 in this first leg. James. And to Pulisic. Let me run his off me. There's someone perhaps on the far side though. Never mind. We'll use Loftus-Cheek. Very congested in the centre of the field here. Oh, but Roma work it back nicely. If they could grab themselves an away goal before the end of this 90 minutes, then that would put them in a great position for the second leg, needing just any form of victory to nil. Would give them progression through. Spinazzola. Oh, good block by Tomori. But the man's gone down. Off the ball. Tomori blocked it. I think it was Tomori that blocked it, and Rudiger's had a foul call against him. I need to see that again. Ah! What? Why is Rudiger... I thought I was tackling with the man in the middle. Hang on a second. So the ball's played inside. I switched to Tomori. And as I press B with Tomori to block it, it's actually Rudiger that I was supposedly still in control of, who's then tripped the man. Penalty to Roma. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe that's happened. Penalty for Roma to get themselves back in it with seconds to go in the game. And Dzeko's missed it. Kepa with a huge save. Chelsea 2, Roma 0. Second leg upcoming. I had a transfer offer in for Willian from Atletico Madrid of 18.7 million for a 31-year-old. That is not too shabby at all. I will try and get upwards of 20 if I can. Of course, this money will arrive with us next season. We'll see how much negotiation we're able to get out. Okay, great negotiation out of Diego Simeone. Right, so Willian's probably leaving us. Pedro's probably leaving us. He hasn't yet accepted the contract offer. And once we guarantee that those two are gone, I'm going to go and sign Jadon Sancho. Before that, though, that might be Pedro sold. Pedro is out of here. Sorry, Peders, but your time has come. £10 million is what we'll get for him. We added to my transfer budget even. And Atal looks really, really decent. Not amazing yet, but certainly good enough. Oh, we might be building one hell of a team for Season 2. But let's go and play Roma away from home now. One change to the Roma 11 from the first leg. That being at Cam, just behind Edin Dzeko. We now have Pellegrini in the starting lineup, who was unavailable for the first fixture. Is that one change going to be enough to turn this around for Roma? I hope not. Alonso. Nicely into Willian. In the corner there. We can't take a play through Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, Roma about to be undone in the opening few moments. We only need perhaps one away goal to seal it, and Pulisic is there. I had to play the sweat to ensure we scored the goal. I didn't want to risk not being able to twist Ruben Loftus-Cheek properly or pulling it with his left foot when you've got someone as fast as Christian Pulisic on the right-hand side in so much space. You're always going to square it in that situation. Chelsea 1, Roma 0. Chelsea 3, Roma 0 on aggregate, and an away goal to boot. In just 6 minutes of the second leg, we've almost certainly assured our progression through to the Champions League semi-finals. Would you believe it? You certainly wouldn't have done at the beginning of the season, that's for sure. Delighted. Oh, they're making it further mistakes here, Rome. We've got them rattled. Well, they're really rattled. Tammy, try and squeeze that home at the near post. He's hit the woodwork. Pulisic again! Oh, it's all going our way today. Brought down well by Under. Cross to come in, maybe. No, Alonso in the way. But Veretout in the way of that pass. And Cengiz Under could try again. Marcos Alonso does really well. And we've worked that away nicely. Odimar Antonio, he's done brilliantly. Don't tell me we could play Pulisic in for a hat-trick. Is this to be the quickest Champions League hat-trick we've seen in a career mode ever? Yes, it is! Roma needs 6. Not happening, lads. Wow. Christian Pulisic, with the news that Jadon Sancho might well be joining the club very soon, that is a statement from Christian Pulisic that he wants to stay in the starting lineup. Whether it's on the right or the left, I think we have to keep him in there. What a performance. Willian. I mean, we're at it again. Roma have committed so much to pushing bodies forward that they are just open at the back all the time. Willian for 4. The most devastating away performance in the Champions League you've seen for a very long time. Inside 25 minutes, Chelsea 4, Roma 0. Intercepted from Kolarov. I've never experienced just a complete fold from a side like this one. And Ruben's getting away. Fazio had to get something on the ball and did. Tremendous challenge from the Argentine. Didn't think he'd have the pace to keep up. Ruben Loftus-Cheek isn't electric. It's just that Fazio is that slow. Cengiz Under, cross could come in. He's heavily left-footed. He tries it on his right and Kante's in the way. They went all guns blazing to try and turn this scoreline around, Roma. And I don't think I've ever seen anything backfire quite so spectacularly in my career mode history. Terrible defensive performance from Roma in the opening half an hour that will cost them their place in the Champions League. 10 minutes to go till half time, and I could probably put the controller down for the rest of the game and still go through. Rhys James played in down the right hand side. There's Tammy. I've got Ruben with me. Go to Tammy again. Great strength, looking for Willian. His left foot is still not any good. Never mind. Get to that. Kante's done well. Ruben brings it down and out to Pulisic. It's not the fastest Champions League hat-trick of all time from Christian Pulisic. That record is held by Bafétimbi Gomis with somehow remarkably 3 goals in 7 minutes against Dinamo Zagreb for Lyon in 2011. Previously to that, it was 9 minutes from a very, very young Mike Newell at Blackburn in 1995, I think it said when I googled it. But an 18-minute first half hat-trick from Pulisic here is one of the fastest hat-tricks in Champions League history. Certainly the fastest hat-trick I've scored in Champions League football in any career mode. And he might be in to help us get a fifth for the day. But no, his registered cross counted as a slide tackle as well, just that on this occasion he didn't get booked the same way that Alonso did against West Ham. Under again, player we could have considered for a wide role, player we probably will consider for a wide role in a future future series, but we're looking for players that are more the final article right now at Chelsea, which is why we're looking at Jadon Sancho. Kolarov, he could have let that sit up beautifully for a left-footed strike. As it happens, it was his teammate that went for it, Baba Diawara, but he's pulled that shot wide of the post, similarly to Willian on a couple of occasions so far today. When we went 1-0 up in the first leg, I said, I don't mind if there are no more goals in the remainder of the episode. We've scored another 5. I don't think we've done that ever. Oh, and there might yet be more. Corner to come in for Roma. Cengiz Under to put it into the box. Edin Dzeko will be waiting eagerly. Kolarov is there, and that's well over the top of the bar. Diawara looking over the top. Kovacic tracking back at left back, but his pass is poor. Diawara to Pellegrini. Into Patrick Schick. Reece away. Does well there, Rhys James. Ross Barkley's come off the bench here. His time at the club might be coming to a close soon as well. We'll wait for your feedback on that front. Out to Pulisic. Tackled by Kolarov, but there's barely any time left here for Roma. I'm not going to jinx myself yet, though. There's still 2 minutes of stoppage time, and Roma are on the attack. Cengiz Under driving around the outside. Here's Diawara to Under again. Cross could come in. There is space in the middle, and there is Pellegrini outside of the post only. I didn't want to jinx myself by mentioning the clean sheet, and them creating that opportunity is exactly why. It's a first half wonder performance from Christian Pulisic that sees us through to the semi-final of the Champions League in style. He certainly deserves that. Statement performance from him as well, with the fact that we're now going to go back to the menus and go and sign Jadon Sancho for next season. I think Christian Pulisic deserves the praise in the post-game press conference, though, to be completely honest. Barcelona 2-0 up from their first leg against Liverpool. Paris Saint-Germain 2-1 up from their first leg against Real Madrid. City through against Atleti. So 2 English sides in the semi-finals at least. It may be 3, but Liverpool are going to have to pull off another worldy comeback against Barcelona to make it so. Certainly time. I love the Italian language. Why didn't Aspi... Really? Your first question is about Azpilicueta. Why ask me this? Why ask me this at all? A hat-trick is something we rarely see nowadays. What's your take on Christian Pulisic's performance? Absolutely breathtaking, unreal performance from the American. Pulisic was unleashed today. A player like him can single-handedly dictate games. He definitely did that. Congratulations on your quarter-final victory. Do you think your team can go all the way this season? Let's not get carried away. We're taking it game at a time, round at a time. We won't get ahead of ourselves, and we'll see what happens at the end of the season. But we are still firmly in with a shout of a Premier League title win, although we're actually 7 points behind Liverpool now. And certainly in with a shout of a Champions League title as well. Lazio have offered me 11.2 for 27-year-old Marco Van Ginkel now. We'll see what we can negotiate there. I will ask for 17. I'll ask for 17. I'd be willing to accept anything above 13 for sure. They'll offer me 12.5. I'll ask for 15.5. We'll see if they'll meet me halfway between there. In fact, they'll meet me at 15.5. Wonderful. That's exactly what we needed to hear. We're going to have a lot of money to spend next season as well. But now it's time to spend a substantial amount more money this season too. They reckon I'm going to have to pay between 60 and 83 million pounds to bring Chelsea fan Jadon Sancho to Stamford Bridge. I'm willing to pay that for sure, because we're not going to make any more sales or any more transfers this window, and obviously Jadon Sancho is not going to cost me 110 million pounds, so I'm willing to pay whatever it takes to bring him in, and I don't think it's going to take overly too much. I will offer starting at 57. They'll probably ask for 90 or something silly. 75. Oh, lads, you have undersold yourselves. Absolutely undersold yourselves. I would have paid up to 85, 90 million for him, and they'll accept 61. Oh, Dortmund. I know you don't get massive transfer fees in the Bundesliga because there's nowhere near as much money as there is in the Prem, but you've got to try and make the most when a Premier League club comes in. He's on £78,000 a week, Jadon Sancho. This is hopefully going to be a simple contract negotiation, and we will get Jadon Sancho into the club. Nice to see you both. Welcome, Mr. Sancho. He has arrived. Crucial squad role. Yes, I believe that's probably going to be what happens. I agree. He's more than happy, more than welcome even to have a crucial role. I'll try 4 years. He'll probably accept that. Indeed, they will. I don't want a release clause, and hopefully they're happy with that. They are. I can offer him up to £400,000 a week. I'm not going to need to do that. He's on 78. I'll offer him just a flat 100 and £700,000, and he might well accept that. They have indeed accepted it. Shaking hands then, and Jadon Sancho is into the club for next season. I was grabbing my screenshots there to make sure we can add it to the thumbnail. We have a new signing. Now, I will advance as far as this Palace game. Games have been rescheduled. £10.5 million added to the transfer kitty. Who have we got in the semi-finals? Yet to be drawn. Yet to be drawn. Crystal Palace approach. Oh, Willy Caballero. You're more than welcome to sign Willy Caballero on a free. Has it been drawn yet? Manchester City. We have Manchester City in the semi-finals of the Champions League. That's winnable. That's very, very winnable. We will. Oh, Christensen wants to play in this next game. I'll consider it. I'll consider. In fact, I'll consider it so much that I'll put him in the starting lineup now, so as I don't forget in the next episode to put him in. Andreas Christensen will start against Crystal Palace. Tomorrow's episode will have Palace, Sheffield United, and Manchester City, and then well, to be fair, I can sim Rochdale. I can sim Norwich. We'll play Liverpool and City. I'll probably sim Wolves and sim Watford. But we'll play at least 3 in the episode tomorrow, because we might be challenging, or having to challenge, for a top 4 spot with Newcastle there just behind us, and Aston Villa even only a further point behind them. We do have a game in hand, but we might need that game in hand. We'll see how things play out. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the end of this season. It could be an absolute cracker. I'll see you next time.